Deja vu again, everyone. We got another one of these DCTs of the 500 SEC. I reviewed the gold colored one, and that was possibly one of the worst diecasts I've ever purchased in my life. You can go back and look up that disaster. But based on the other models I've received from this brand, DCT as well as Shadow, I think they warranted a second chance. And these models aren't that expensive, so that's also why they gave them a second chance. Okay, so it's not licensed. It says number 51 in the lineup. I complain about this every time, but this box is just useless to me. I mean, I don't want to display it inside of a plastic blister and having it float. It's not a Back to the Future car, right? So that's just weird that they would make you buy this plastic box when the thing isn't bolted to it. Okay, if it just had a screw, you know, and bolted to it, I could totally understand. But without a screw, it just wobbles around and maybe you'll chip the paint or something. Alright, well anyways, you do have the brand there and it tells you the 500 SEC. It doesn't tell you it's a Mercedes being unlicensed in the leg. Alright, so there are some silver and gray ones, but this is a darker gray. It's not to say it doesn't exist, but these are just the best photos I could find with the 5-spoke AMG wheels there. The wheels on that are small and has big tires, but this one has some pretty big wheels and thinner tires, so this actually is probably the closest photograph to this model, I would say. And this just has the stock wheels, obviously. But you can see it's actually raised off the ground quite a lot. It's not a slammed coupe or anything like that. It's actually pretty high off the ground. Okay, so I can already tell that this paint here looks normal compared to that first one that was a complete disaster. This one actually rolls pretty well. That possibly is why they put in the blister, because people want fancy Hot Wheels that roll, but frankly I think I'd be happy just if it was bolted down and didn't roll. If you want to paint the interior or do a wheel swap, you can just unscrew the base, which is nice, and it's got a plastic base. And for the price, quite elaborate in the fact that you have a separate, pretty well detailed exhaust system. Look at this, the pipes running into, I don't know if these are catalytic converters, two of them there, or if that's the one, probably that one. But then one of these are like pre-mufflers or something like that, and then a final muffler. Please, if you know about this car, explain what the heck these two would be there for. Seems like an awful lot of metal for an exhaust system. And look at this crazy skeletonizing of the suspension arm. Interesting. Alright, anyways, that's going up here. Now we have gray on top of this metallic gray. So this metallic gray, it's definitely better than the first one I got, but it's still a really big flake. So it seems like the metallics from this brand, maybe not the greatest as far as realism goes. This might look normal on a real full-size car, but it just looks a bit grainy on something 64 times smaller. This tire's a little messed up, but simple fix. So speaking of the tire and the wheel here, it's a pretty low profile tire as we mentioned. The wheel is nicely done. You can see the 3 pinned Mercedes star, the lug nut detail, some lightning holes. Very cool. No brake system on this. Decent enough treads, I guess. Kind of, this tire is a little lumpy, but whatever. Okay, door handle detail looks good. The plastic has some raised window molding painted silver. Maybe not the best application of paint. I think this mirror is actually molded into the casting. It is. No silver paint back here, but look at this. There's actually a little bit of black here. That's crazy that they would go through that effort to add that tiny little black there. That's impressive. Alright, the front wheel tire looks a lot better. Then we have nice translucent orange turn signals. Look at this, you got the little printed on wiper blade for the headlights. What's weird is they didn't put a light bulb back in that casting. They could have easily done it. They just added silver paint, but there's no indication of a light bulb. That's strange. Silver paint here looks good. The black here is missing the groove, so it's unfortunate. It's nice that there's something on the license plate. The star looks okay here, and the black in here is pretty well painted. Very good. And then it's got the blue star up here. It's a little bit oversized, but and again, it's upside down. I think my other one, it was upside down. So I don't know if all these 500 SECs have upside down badges. Please leave a comment if you have this, if your blue badge is upside down. Might be an issue with all of them. Alright, so yeah, big flaky paint again. Wiper blade indication there looks good. And what's up with this? There's a silver stripe here. But why? It's a windshield. It should be black, no? I cannot explain that. Please leave a theoretical message if you know why that would be painted silver. Because over here it does look like it's black. So I don't know what's going on with this. It's still better than what I had though. Okay, so fuel filler over here. Oh, not enough gray there, unfortunately. Okay, but color separation of those lights looks good. This is orange, this is red, silver, red. The license plate looks good. This star is correct. Very oversized printing, but it is legible, even silver on silver. And then the gray comes across here nicely. Alright, that's a groove. I thought it was black paint for a second, but no, it's a groove showing darkness. Alright, no wiper, not wiper, no defroster lines, so I think that's great, so you can see right into the interior like on a real car. It's got rear headrest, obviously front headrest, and if I can find my flashlight, dashboard, there's actually a star on the steering wheel, which is really cool, and it's in the correct position. Strange they wouldn't get it on the outside of the car. It looks like that dashboard has like a brown paint, or maybe it's silver paint. There's some sort of paint on the dashboard, like looking like wood trim possibly. So the fact that this has interior paint is amazing for the price of these models. These things cost less than Mini GTs, but they have more work in them. Granted, the paint is not as good as Mini GTs. Mini GT, they're much more thorough, I think, with their quality control. But oh, look at this! Even the center console has like a wood printing on there. That's pretty cool. The seats, oh my goodness, the seats even have gray in the middle, I think, unless it's just the flashlight. No, maybe it's just a flashlight. Never mind. I thought for a moment the middles were painted, but no, they're not. Okay, and that's fine. It's interesting that there's even paint on the inside of this thing. All in all, it's pretty good. Here's that first one I got. Look at this, what a disaster. This paint is so grainy, and then it's got all these imperfections. Like this giant wart hanging out there, right? So that's what I got. I used it for spare parts. But I want to show you the inside of this because you'll see this thing is actually riding pretty high. Kind of like the real car, but I want my stuff slammed, right? There's no suspension on these. Here's the inside of this gold one. But I'm theorizing, if I just take this little mini bit here, and I can literally just grind away above the axle, right, from the inside, because the structure of this chassis is kind of annoying to modify, right? It's literally trapping the axle in these wheel wells. Alright, so these things are great. This one's a cheap one, so that's why it kind of sounds like garbage. But alright, so now let's see if we unscrew this thing. If let's see if this has both seats. I think it did. My cold one, I think, was missing a seat. No, that could have been a different model. That's the E-Class, the E55. Oh, it does have like a suspension thing. But it doesn't even work because, look, the axle is trapped again by the wheel well. So this piece of plastic is absolutely worthless. It has no purpose. Anyways, that's the spare part now. So we're going to put in the modified one. And let's take a look at this thing. Because this is die-cast metal, I don't want to use the screwdriver. It'll probably strip the threads out, the electric screwdriver. So just a manual twist here. There, that is the stance I'm looking for. So, whenever you ask, does it roll? What that usually gets you is a worse model, right? I think if you want something that looks cooler, it wants to have a lowered ride height. And I guess it was pretty, well, I don't know. You could go both ways, because it do look more realistic. Because the car is so old, it has a pretty high ride height. But I just think it looks more modern now with the lowered ride. So barring the lack of gray paint on that one side, I have to say the paint on this, the actual applications are pretty good. Granted, the gray itself is quite grainy, but it's actually a smooth paint job. So comparing to some other brands, Power 64, what do we have? An E63, I think it was, a GT63. They have slicks, which I like because it doesn't look like truck tires on the side. And I would say Power 64 is a little bit better. They at least know how to get the badges in the correct orientation. And I don't think I ever run into one with a bad paint. Although this one is starting to get paint rash. So only a couple of years, paint rash. I repainted that interior because it's a screwed base. This is a Tarmac Works, I think Global 64. And this has a nice paint job as well, much better. I would say this is a better company. But these cost a lot more, I think, Tarmac Works. Schuko is a German brand, and yeah, paint rash again, die cast. The printing is nice, it's just there's a bit of a crude casting. Look at the star here, how thick plastic it is, and I think I must have repainted that interior. Yeah, there's just something about it that gives it a more crude or basic, antiquated kind of design look to it. You know, the cast-in mirrors, like Hot Wheels, like that. Although this one has cast-in, I would say this is inferior to this DCT. So the DCT is superior. But Mini Champs, this is an old casting, I believe. Anyways, it's SLR thing, and also slicks. I would say this brand is superior. They have, they have printing on the inside as well. This is smart in the fact that it doesn't have side windows. But something about it, the finish and the tightness of it all. I added my own license plate. I would say Mini Champs is superior, but it costs a lot more, and definitely now being used models. And then Mini GT is what I consider like the entry brand if you want to have realistic models. Hot Wheels are not realistic. Majorettes are not realistic. Schuko is not as realistic. So I would say Mini GT is the starting point. And look at this thing. The printing is fantastic. The paint quality. They did add those dumb defroster lines, but this one literally has a photo etched star. Granted, this one might be coming out, but I don't want to mess with it. So yeah, and they have the rubbery mirrors usually. So I would say Mini GT is superior. In fact, I would say on this whole tray, the Mini GT is the best brand here. Even better than expensive Mini Champs. So if you're new to the hobby, and if you do like rolling models, Mini GT makes it a point to have rolling models. But some of theirs, they look gappy. That one actually looks pretty good as far as the stance goes. Here, I'll lower the thing, but I do feel some of their designs are gappy because they're going for the rolling. Power 64s might also intend to roll, though this one doesn't. It looks... Alright, you can look up reviews for all these other ones somewhere in the channel. Alright, so I gave DCT a second chance, and it worked out well. So I think that gold one I would just say don't buy the gold one if you want to play it safe. Get a different colored one. If you don't like the graininess of the metallics, just get, one of the solid colors. I like metallics because they tend to resist the paint rash more than solid colors, but nothing's guaranteed in this hobby. Thank you for watching, everyone. We'll see you the next time we get a DCT in. Bye.